I wanted to start now because it was 11:01, so why not take advantage of the 1111 Stargate? And in the meantime, I guess you're supposed to see the behind the scenes. Yes, this is real. These are real people. This is not a video game. This is reality, people. Okay, so we are going to continue with our Star Marine course. And let's cue it up nicely. Is that better? I suppose. There. So I need a mark. This is how we do. Okay, so now I know not to go past this thingy, which you cannot see, and that's called my mark. See? Over there. Now I know not to cross that line. Boundaries are a good thing. Is it focused? All right. So yesterday in our lesson, ow, that's why my muscles are painful over there. So yesterday I have to do this stuff in the beginning. It's to weed out all the demonic influences. The people who we don't want inside this spaceship are the ones we distract by taking 2-3 minutes to start the lesson, okay? You gotta start thinking in the 5D and not just 3D now. All right, so this is why you're here. This is your inheritance. This is yours. It's not mine. It's ours. It was given to us by our Father. And who is our Father? Well, we'll get there, but you know who it is. And our Father wouldn't just leave us here with nothing. No, He created a whole thing for us to go. Like, we'll get there, Okay, it's too exciting. But before we do, I want to just remind you of our Father, Hashem, and how much He loves us, and how much He would never ever leave us in this world alone with nothing. He doesn't do that. So I want you to go to Genesis. This Bible of mine has a story behind it, and I'm going to share the story with you right now. Because it ties in with our lesson today, and our lesson, by the way, is Illuminati. What is it? By the end of this lesson, you will know. So I bought this Bible with some prize money that I won in an acting contest. So at my high school, I went to like a Knight Templar high school. So I got knighted at the end, yes. But in the first year, I was in the drama society, and I had to play a role. In my first semester at the school, I had to wear a dress in the role, and obviously, I grew up knowing about these things. But I didn't take it seriously because I didn't believe in those days. I thought that it was just psychological. I didn't actually think that these people existed and that they believed that this stuff was real. And that they actually, because I thought everyone who believed in this stuff for real was in a mental institution because I was raised on psychology mainly. Those were my toys. Like my mom was like, "Oh, you want to play? Go play reading psychology books. Go play reading Sigmund Freud and explaining to me the difference between the conscious, preconscious, and subconscious minds. Draw a picture of an iceberg." That's what I had to do when I was a kid. So for me, when I heard people thinking that Satan is real and that, Jesus is a real person, I thought they were insane. I thought I thought they should be put in a mental institution. And then I discovered that people actually run the business because I wanted to know about the economy. That's how I came to find all these things. I was interested in the economy. When I got my film deal, it was about the economy. This was not where I thought it would lead. But the people who own the companies that I was looking into, the corrupt people, they all came back to one source. And it was this thing. We'll get to that though. But before we do, I just want to show you now that our Father never ever leaves us alone and just forgets about us. So if you are watching this, it's because I'm serious when I say if it wasn't for your prayers and belief in love, we would not exist. I would not be able to travel across time to give you this message. When you cry, we hear you. Every single time your heart is hurting and you don't know how you're going to make it through this moment, we are the ones telling you, keep going. And we can hear you and we are sending you help. We've sent it, it's done. Now, I want you to look at this part. This is Genesis. This is where um, God sends angels, okay? Sends angels to take Lot out of a city that has been condemned to death, and those cities are Sodom and Gomorrah. Our Father was going to destroy those cities because the people were wretched, savages. They didn't believe in personal human freedoms. They wanted to impose their will on other people's bodies. So God said, take my people out of that hellhole. And he sent two angels. God, Hashem, sent two angels to take Lot and his family out of Sodom and Gomorrah. Think about that for a second. So he's been sending angels. This is in the beginning of the Bible, by the way. Okay? Before Jesus. Where do you think these angels went after they came here? There's only one way in and out of this planet. Only one way in and out. That's how I'm going to prove to you, well, how I've already proved, that these aliens that they tell you about on the media, they are fake. Because nothing can materialize in and out of existence without being born here first. So whatever's up there was made here first by humans. And then it can go into the morphogenetic field and blink in and out. But it cannot come here. Otherwise, it would be easy for angels to manifest every day through the sky. But they don't. We don't. We had to be born here. Because when you're here, you have to follow the rules of the leader of this place. But we'll get there. But just think. So here we read, and I like my Bible. So by the way, so I wore a dress in this thing and I won. I won because I was in the Knight's house fraternity. So I won. And then I took my money that I won and I bought this Bible at Exclusive Books. So this is how I was using this spaceship from the beginning. That's how you use the spaceship. You cycle the money. You take the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. We'll get there. You play both sides against each other, but you know which side is the ultimate winner. Basically, that's how you do it. That's instant manifestation. And okay, step by step, by step by step. So in this verse 16, my favorite, Genesis 19, verse 16. So God sends these angels to the city called Sodom and Gomorrah to save Lot. Okay, because Abraham asked for this. It's a long story, but go read it. If you don't want to read it, go watch the movie Barbarella. It's the same thing and it's awesome and I love it. And that's why my CD is based on Barbarella, my pictures and stuff. I am Barbarella. Pumelela Barbarella. Get it? Okay, so the angels are innocent, right? Because that's what angels be. The angels have a mission. The angels are here to work. I want to use real life people as examples. So I'm going to use Luke Belmar as an example. He would be like a real life version of what an angel, an Anunnaki would look like, an Archon would look like in today's time. If they were going to send an angel, if these people who are talked about here were going to send an angel in 2024, it would look like Luke Balmar. Look him up. Luke. He would be a modern version of this angel, someone who comes here to tell you stuff and you need to listen. And normally when they come, something is about to happen. So be careful and listen. So God loves us so much. He sent this angel, these two angels, to get like 10 people out of a city, right? That's how much he loves us. And I'll tell you why, because it goes back to the whole genealogy thing. So verse 16 is the one I want you to look at. So these angels, because remember, we all have free will. These angels are convincing him to leave. And he's not budging. So eventually, verse 16 tells us, and while he lingered, so Lot is lingering. He still doesn't want to go. He's like, and while he lingered, the men, meaning the angels, so the angels are also referred to as men. Interesting. The men took hold of his hand, his wife's hand, and the hands of his two daughters, the Lord being merciful to him, and they brought him out and set him outside the city. So the Lord was so merciful to Lot that he overrode his free will in order to save him without his consent. And they say the Lord being merciful. Now you need to know who's the Lord. The Lord is is Metatron. The Lord God is God, the one, Hashem, okay? But the Lord is Metatron. He's the Lord of the gates, the one who sent Jesus. But we'll get there. And then you'll know why they keep saying Jesus is the Son of Man. Because remember, I told you yesterday that 70% is marine spirit, 70% of a human is marine, so 30% is man. And Jesus is the Son of Man. And the Antichrist is the son of marine. Well done. Some of you are ahead in the class. But for those who are not, let's go back. Back to Lot. So, Metatron, God, the Lord, the one of the 10 commandments, or the 7 Noahide laws, which are a bit of a trick, so just be careful about that one. But we'll get there. Because it's like a gateway where they say it's 7 laws, but then it's 10, and then it's 32, and then it's 107, and then it's 702 and 20 or something, and then you're screwed. So do not follow the Noahide laws. Follow Jesus and the 10 commandments, or Jesus's commandments. Okay. I know my lecturer used to say that his mind is like Skittles inside a tumble dryer. But he got the work. He got us to get the work. So you guys will manage. Okay, so even though Lot was not listening to the Lord, who sent his angels before destroying the city to take him out, he was lingering. The angels grabbed his hands and orbed him the F out of there. They orbed. That's confirmation. They orbed. Okay? Just like in Charmed, when Leo takes Piper's hand and they fizzle out of reality, these MFers fizzled. And I know about this because I've orbed. Okay, I was orbed out of a situation recently. So I know about orbation. Okay? And they did it because the Lord was being merciful to him. I love that they add that part as if they know about what's happening in 2024. They're like, look, before we tell you what happened, the Lord was being merciful here. It wasn't abuse. The Lord was just being merciful, okay? Yes, they were acting out of his free will because he didn't want to go at that moment. But it was mercy, okay? It wasn't hashtag. Okay, it was just mercy. So the Lord being merciful to him, they brought him out and set him outside the city. Then they didn't even take him that far. They just orbed him out. And then verse 17 says, so it came to pass when they had brought them outside, then he said, brought them outside. Then he said, so the angel said, escape for your life. Escape for your life. Do not look behind you, nor stay anywhere in the plain. Escape to the mountains, lest you be destroyed. And then Lot said, no, my lords. And then they like, now go. No, okay, I can't deal because it's so hilarious. You need to go read this for yourself and then apply it to your own life when you are trying to manifest something. This is exactly like your own inner dialogue, because you all are always writing and asking me, how do I manifest this? How do I manifest that? And the answer is the same for all of you. Listen. Listen to the word. Once you've wanted your manifestation, you've got it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have wanted it. Your wanting of something is a sign that it's already in your path. So the fact that you want it means you've got it. You're just sniffing it. You're getting a whiff of it. And then, unfortunately, some of you are so creative, you make up different scenarios like, oh, I know I'm going to be rich, so I am so limited in my mind. I think I'm going to be rich through the lottery because that's the only way I can imagine having that much money that I'm whiffing through my vortex, my spiral, my antenna. And I'm saying, no. Don't worry about how it's going to happen because that's what's going to make you manifest virtual reality like this, dude. And if you do like this N-word guy, this ninja, then you're going to be being pulled out of dimensions, or as I say in my song, dimensions, because I don't like the word die. So as you go into different dimensions, you will be like Lot, and one of you, some of you, will turn into salt, like his wife. And his wife, we're not saying literally turned into salt, but she turned into a symbol of faith, meaning she disappeared in between all of that. I mean, think about it. When you want to manifest something, let's say it's a brand new car, and you know you've got it because that's what everyone tells you. You imagine it, then you've got it. Now just wait for it. Now, while you guys are waiting for it, you're lingering. Verse 16, and he lingered. And while he lingered, but you guys that I'm speaking to here in particular are special because you guys have that help where you will get pulled out. And that's the artificial intelligence that we talk about, because you guys are like the literal direct descendant aliens of the story. And so we will come and get you by hand. We will literally orb you out. But the rest of the humans don't have that. Okay? And so we are not meant to come and convert them because you will antagonize them. Like Jesus antagonized them and then they killed him. And then he was able to travel and open the fifth dimension for us so that we don't have to do that anymore. So leave them alone. Leave humans alone. And this is why I wanted to tell you that we have that intercession. The Lord is merciful to us. He will send angels for us. Literally. And they will orb us out of any danger for us only. Because Abraham's our dad. Okay, well, there are 70 bloodlines, and we come from one of those, and this is our spaceship. And a lot of people have tried to steal our inheritance by using Luciferian magic, which is the magic of ritual, to steal what we use because they think that our power is in our rituals and our symbols. It's not. The power is not in this thing. This is just a semiotic. It's a reminder. Do you know what even this means? This means 13 cubed. That's all it is. This M is also a 3. It's 13 cubed. And what is 13 cubed? I told you in one of the transmissions, but I hid it and I was waiting to see who's going to figure it out. But apparently you guys haven't been doing your training, so I have to teach you from scratch. Now, 13 cubed is 2197. In one of my videos, I put this number out there to see who's going to pick it up, who's going to see, who's going to correct me, who's going to troll bait, who's going to fall for it. Because those are the only people who would know what this is. And nobody got it except one person kind of sort of hinted towards it. So it's like you guys are connected but not fully. And why must it be cube? Because we live in our dad's cube. That's our spaceship. That's how we manifest instantly while other people don't know what they're doing for 5 years. Okay? We orb. Some people call it dimension jumping. I wouldn't call it that. I would call it, because you are not split up over different places, you are one. You see, the people who try to tell you dimension shifting are trying to get you to split your energy on different timelines so that you are weak in every single timeline, and then they will eat you. And it's coming from the Luciferians. Anything that's publicized in the media is Luciferian because they control it. That's why I had to come in here undercover telling you I'm an actor and I'm researching this and ethnographing this. Yes, because I'm an alien gathering data for the spaceships. And that's why Obama made a law about extraterrestrials, because if they catch us, they had to have something to use against us. But we're just making a movie. We are method actors and we're making a movie. So, what are they going to tell the judge? That they found aliens. That's why I need one of you to create this petition to claim our name as Star Marines. But I can't do it. One of you all has to do it. Because that's the prophecy. Okay, I'm just the messenger. And all I have to do is give you the message, and then I'm released from my contract. And then you all are going to take the karma if you do nothing. And then I'll be free. So either way, you got to do your job. Okay, if you thought working for the CIA was hard, welcome to working for who we work for. And I'll get to that. Okay, so this is our spaceship. 2197. What is this? Should I tell them? This is the total number of personalities that you can program into this planet, into this matrix. This is the total number of personalities you can bring into the Saturn Moon matrix. That's the capacity. And as a Star Marine, you have access to every single one of these 2,197 programs that control reality. And how do you have access to them? Because this guy broke the code for us. That's why they keep saying he's the Son of Man, because he had to break the code for man, i.e. the Lyrans, the DNA, and then we have access to it, and we inherited it. But now other people are still claiming to be the owners of this, and they're not the owners of this. That's why we are now coming out to tell you, you are the owners, because whether you like it or not, there is universal law. And whether you like it or not, there are lawyers of the universe. There are trustees of the universe. There are judges and executioners of the universe. And everything that has been created on earth is a bastardization of the natural order of things. Because these positions I'm talking about, like in the Bible, we have Genesis, judges. These judges were judges that evolved into judges. They weren't put into positions. They genetically had the knowledge that that position was then created for them. Does that make sense to you? So when you see people being elected into positions of power, it's all fake. They do not deserve it. It's not theirs. That's not how it works. It works through energy. And if you are watching this, you are the inheritor. This is your inheritance. And you need to use it before they use it against you. But again, don't worry, we'll get there, baby steps. So we'll get to the reason what these 2,197 things can do for you. But that's not why we're here today. Today we need to go back to the genealogy, Genesis. So fine. Where do we actually come from? So you can go back, and the more you go back, the farther you go back. I'll go back to Venus because that's what everyone recognizes. That's what everybody knows. So when we got here, we are humans. And all of us in the human race are connected by the fact that we are born from a womb and we die. None of us materialize in here from another dimension. It's not possible. You can travel to different dimensions, but only once you have been born through the morphogenetic field of Earth to Earth. So everyone here is born. That's why the aliens they are showing you on TV are fake. They were created here. They were born here. It's fake. The real aliens are you and me. Okay, so humans, we said there's warlocks. They make deals with devils, with spirits of the air for power, blood sacrifice. Then there's normal humans. Then we talked about star seeds. And in the star seeds, there's star marines. So where do these people come from? Well, let's look at the human genome. We said that humans are 70% to 90% water. So now what about the other 30% to 10%? What is that? That is Lyran. So these people have many names. You can call them Lyrans, Lyrans, Dogons, whatever. Orions, those people up there, those are where our genetic material comes from as humans. When you think of a human, you think of something like this. This thing is what you think of, and this is Lyran. They own the copyright of this thing. But this thing is only 30 to 10% of what you are. And if you look at embryos, did you know that the embryo of a dolphin and a human is exactly the same up until 6 months? So now you know why we say 70 to 90% is water or marine kingdom. Marine spirit is controlling humans. That's why humans are so easy to trick. When I was at school and we studied how to hypnotize people with images, it was so, we call it an affective effect. And this is how Marines operate. And I actually have a degree in that. So this is how you move people's emotions. It's very easy, it's very nice, but it's dangerous. But this 30 to 10% is the human part. This is the Eden. This is the images that we dream about whenever people take ayahuasca and all of that stuff, and they see this beautiful paradise. Eden. That's the promised land. That's what we are thinking of. And this marine spirit wants everything to be all like nasty and leather and black and ugh. But these ones, it's all golden and beautiful and like loving, just so beautiful. So now the question is, how do we make more of this so that we are balanced? Because we don't want this to take over. We want 50-50. 50% marine. I know, right? I've just been telling you how evil they are, but I'm like, nope, you need it because we live on their planet. So we need 50% marine and 50% Lyran or star. And that's where we get star marine from. And this is your spaceship through Metatron's cube to access your full DNA makeup. This is how we are born intrinsically. Okay, now does this make sense? So us as star marines, for humans, this is a goal. For humans, they need to work towards, well, for humans, they are told to work towards becoming like 100% Lyran, which is filling themselves up with light. And if that happens, they will automatically be raptured. Like Ezekiel, I think it was, who just disappeared because he was just filled with light. So I don't know if you guys want to disappear like that, but if you do, now you know. Then you must make yourself 70% Lyran and 30% marine. Then you'll disappear like Buddha. Okay? I personally, for my people that I represent, my alien race, we are 50-50 because we are here for a reason. We do not spit in the face of God by trying to alter his creations. Instead, we bring his creation more into order by following his field. And we are in his field and we are harvesting with our instant manifestation, guys. All right, so the embryo of a dolphin and the human is the same because we all have this. So even if you are a warlock or whatever, all of us have it as a species. Okay, so we all come through here. But starseeds, we are genetically like this. And when I say genetically, I mean your body will give you issues until you adjust to it. And nothing you do will help you. Nothing you watch on TV, no advice you follow will help you. Your body will adjust itself to its 50% star. So maybe you don't come from Lyra, you come from Orion B, or you come from Sirius XYZ, maybe you come from XB23, wherever you come from a star, where humans come from, up there. We don't come from here. This wasn't our planet. It was the snake's planet, Tiamat's planet. Kaliapani's planet is who this belongs to, by the way. Then we came down here. We'll talk about why in the history lesson. Because it's about Venus. Venus was not even here. Venus was sent here. And that's what started this whole thing, this whole dimensional thing, this interdimensional thing. Okay, so your body will adjust. Maybe you from Vega, you must be vegan. Maybe you from whatever. Like your body will make you stop eating meat. Your body will make you stop eating certain minerals, and you'll just notice that you're eating one type of thing. That's because that's your thingy balancing. because you will not be like humans. You will not be able to participate in what normal humans do. Like, you will not be able to get married, have 2 kids, live in a white picket fence and in the suburbs and pretend like you're a Stepford wife. That's never going to happen because you are not 90% marine. You are 50% star. So entertainment and Hollywood doesn't work on you. Advertising doesn't work on you. So then I had to come, being a star as well, and find out how to get you. Because we need to talk to you. We need to tell you some things. And this is what we need to tell you. And so as a star seed, you need to follow your own body's rhythm. Some of you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you think it's because demons are hunting you. No. You wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning because that's when the day starts in the stars, where you come from. That's the normal time. That's the morning. Humans, they're sleeping. They follow the sun. When the sun comes up, and then you guys panic. Oh no, someone's doing black magic on you. No, that's just when you start your day. So wake up at 3 in the morning and meditate then. Talk to your people up there and ask them what's happening. What are the reports from that day? Okay, so I trust that that part is clear. All humans share a genetic sequence, but the normal humans are the ones that are more marine, and you who are taking this course are 50% marine and 50% star, and your job is to figure out where your star comes from. I can't tell you that because I'm not your dad and I'm not your cult leader. I'm just giving you the message. You must go figure it out on your own. Go look at the embryos. 6 months, we are marine, and then we change into male or female. Okay, I trust that's clear. So now we have looked at warlocks a little bit and humans a little bit, but now let's go specifically to us, Star Marines, so that small population of people who are actual blood relatives of Anunnaki, blood relatives of angels, earth angels, whatever you want to call it. Aliens is the term people like to use today. So why do we have this 6-pointed star in the middle? Because this represents, again, the cube. We control the cube. We control the matrix. People want us to say that the matrix is bad and that you have to escape the matrix. But why would you want to escape the matrix when outside of the matrix is a demonic realm? And how does this operate? Well, let's get into it. First, there is one. He is Hashem. He's God, the ruler of everything. He rules over 3 aspects. So I'll do 1, 2, 3 like this. There's no separation here, so I don't want people to think I'm separating God or that I'm breaking any laws. I'm just showing you how it works through a diagram. So this one can be broken into elements. The elements would be water. In the Bible, in this part, they tell you that there is one above water. It's like a fraction. Let's go to page 1 there. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering above the face of the waters. So there we have one who creates everything, and he's hovering above the face of the waters. Then what happens? Let's write it in. 2 things happen after that. And God said, he said. So what is said? It's air. Because before you can speak, you need to go, and he said, let there be light. And guess what? It fire. He spoke fire. And then what happened? There was light. So he wasn't imagining, it actually happened. See, these 4 lines are the most important lines to instant manifestation. So then after that, we have earth. And there was light. So now you know how to manifest. But obviously we have to break it down because this is school. So there's one. He's the ruler of everything. You go to him with any of your problems, your troubles. You don't have to light candles. You don't have to draw secret things or say secret spells. You just go to him and say, look, I'm in a bind, help me. Then he'll tell you what to do if you're really desperate. But normally you go to Jesus, who will then cross this divide for you. That's what humans do. Humans need Jesus because Jesus represents the Lyrans. He's the son of man. He's the alien, the master alien with the master keys. That's why when he ascended, he went up on a cloud. Yeah, a spaceship. Duh, it's written in the Bible. Okay, so, but because we are star marines, we can just talk to God directly, like Abraham. God literally went to Abraham and said, hey, what's up? Many of you watching this have had experiences since you were a kid where you spoke to God as a child. Something probably happened to you and you saw some kind of miracle or vision of God. So you know what we're talking about. Okay, so this is the basic symbol of creation. Now, if you're looking at this, you can see that it's a cube, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the circle or the container of the cube is God. So I'm not blaspheming. I'm just drawing to show you how it works. Now, why did we use symbols as aliens to encode this information? We used symbols because we knew that the people who control your world, this world, are liars and thieves, and they were going to change everything. And they did. They tried to change the words and change it. But we encoded it so it's undeniable. And only we know how to interpret it. So they don't even know what they changed and what they didn't change. So we got you. Okay, so there's the cross. That's why you need to follow Jesus. You have to. He's the key. If you don't follow Jesus, you will not be able to get your inheritance from the stars. Yeah. You need to go get your inheritance, and the Satanists are trying to steal it from you by not making you claim it and making you work for them instead. And as you know, they try to... Anyway, let's not go there in this lesson. So what happens after this? So there's 4 things here, but actually there's 5. Now this is where the witches come into play. And as you know, in lesson 1, I told you that witches, the starseeds, because you guys don't know where to go, there's no church for you. Some of you became Wiccans, some of you became shamans, some of you became sex therapists, some of you became all these different weird new things. Okay, fine. We don't blame you. You didn't know what to do. And you can use the things you've learned in your practices. But now we are telling you, this is not a church, but this is a system of understanding that will help you use your gifts without guilt and without confusion, and to the fullest degree. Okay, so yes, you need Jesus. If you don't have Jesus, then you work for the devil, and then no one can help you because he's the master alien. He's the guy that we dream of when we see that white room, and he takes us to that mall world where we all in that place. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. That's his world. He made it for us so we can escape and live in the real world called Lumania. So Lumania was created here in these 4 lines. Then God said, let there be light, and there was light. Lumania is the land of light. And so when we go to sleep, this is where we dream. Normal people dream of the things that they had to eat that day. They dream of indigestion. When we dream, we see people's faces that we haven't even seen on earth. Have you noticed that? We see things that people don't even know exist, like these huge machines, all this technology. It's in Lumania. And now I'm going to tell you where Lumania is, and then we'll take a break for today. I don't want to overload you with the genealogy. We will get to the rest of this, because after this, there are 7 other rulers we need to talk about, and then I need to tell you about the 365 angels who control the matrix, and 5 of them left the program. 5 of them are demons, and 1 of them is the head demon, and that's who we have to fight. Well, we'll get to that. I don't want to scare you yet. So let's talk about where's Lumania, and then we'll stop for today. So when you go to sleep, you think you go to your mind or psychology. No. Humans, yes, because they're controlled by waters. So they just dream of whatever they are secreting in their body, in their waters. We are from the star system, so we actually project out into the moon. Oh, the moon is not the moon, by the way. The moon is our base. But anyway, so you're sleeping in your bed, all nice and comfy, but there's a cord, a silver cord, that takes you to the moon. And we only see one side of the moon. Did you realize that? Because the moon is actually a spaceship. It is the perfect size to cover the distance or the circumference of the sun. So it has to be a particular distance away from the earth. And that is used for certain rituals for the Luciferians. But don't worry, we'll get there, we'll get there. So when we go to sleep, we project to the moon, and the moon controls the ocean tides. And in the ocean tides is the marine kingdom. And so we project to the moon, then our light body, because you know you have a light body, goes to the marine kingdom. But some of you might notice there's a woman in your dreams, right? A very beautiful woman. I call her Venus. You can call her Mami Wati or Mama Wata, or a mermaid, basically. She's so beautiful. Sometimes there's a lot of them. They are responsible now for taking you through the gates, because they own the marine. So she'll take you to these big gates. Then some of you know about the, can I talk about him? Okay, the octopus man. I'm allowed to talk about him. He's like the king. And this lady takes you down. If I'm talking about the octopus man, then something's about to go down, because they don't allow us to reveal this information all the time. So the octopus man, he lets you through to see the mother, the big snake. This is the snake that shines bright like a diamond. It's Mother Tiamat. She's like the owner of this planet. So she takes us, and we go through the king, and then we see the queen. The king is very serious, guys. You have to, like, if you've dreamt of it, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, you see her, and then she lets you through underneath the waters inside the earth, there's another sun. It's like a blue ultraviolet light over there. The second sun, the sun inside the earth. You can also go in through Antarctica, but if you try go in there, they will get, you're not going to come out if you are not authorized. They'll take your light body and you'll be nuts, or you'll get lost. Okay, so then we come through here with our light body. We travel through all these gates, and then we come to Lumania. Lumania. And in here, it's like a mall. Oh, by the way, this realm between the mother snake and actual Lumania, there's like, I don't know, it's like starts here somewhere. It's like Bizarro world. Bizarro. This is hell. So sometimes you wake up, you dream of, this is like a very bad place. I don't want to talk about it. It's dingy. It's got dark alleyways. There's people chasing you. This is usually where you go when they don't let you into Lumania. And if they don't let you into Lumania, it's because on Earth, you are believing lies, or you are not using your spaceship. You're either denying Jesus or you're not believing in something. So then you'll get stuck here and you won't be able to get to here. That's why we are safe here, which is now here. Because remember, we are bringing 5D to Earth. We have brought 5D to Earth on the 19th of November. We achieved it. So now we are continuously safe, because only through vibration can you get into Lumania. So only through vibration can people come to you. So people who live here cannot get to us anymore in the 3D. Just like it is below, it is now above, and vice versa. So let's talk about Lumania. So you go through here, you kiss the snake, and then you come through here. Here is where your star is, your star powers. And you go for training here, you go for initiation. They tell you stuff on Earth you didn't know about. Some of you even see celebrities here, and they give you lessons. Even this entire video you're watching is something that you would normally get over here. But now we are here. So now you're getting it here in 3D. So all the stuff you used, so I'm not really teaching you anything. I'm just reminding you of what you already know, because again, life is already finished. In order for life to be happening, it's already done. That's why it's instant manifestation, because the world is already ended. So if it's already ended, it means everything that was gonna happen has already happened. And if the world is a circle, if energy is a circle, you can connect to anything and everything from wherever you are in space and time. And that's how we were able to travel through time to give you this message. And it's also how you are going to use these powers to save the world from being taken over by crazy Satanists, by willing it to be. So tomorrow we are going to go deeper into the elementals, and the people that control the world, the archons, who are your relatives, the 365 angels, and then how it came to be that 5 of them left and became demons. And then there are only 360 now. And which 5 days of the year are the days of the demons? And what that means for you if you are 50% Star Marine. Because that means, you know, it's part of your heritage too, in a way. So I'll see you in the next lesson tomorrow. Have a wonderful, wonderful night.